Sweet Sugar Sean O'Malley.
So, Sweet Sugar Sean O'Malley.
No, cotton candy, Sweet Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Okay, that's who's going to win. All right, guys, thanks for checking us out. This is Sean Campbell. Usually we talk about workouts and natural bodybuilding, stuff like that. But today I'm here with Riley, my little daughter here. Okay, we're going to talk about UFC 299 in Miami. It's Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Vera for the Bantamweight Championship. So it's going to be an amazing card. And it's in Miami, Florida. So let's get into our predictions. Let's go. How about you introduce yourself to the audience here?
My name's Riley.
And who do you got with you?
Teddy.
Okay, sorry. What was your name again?
Riley.
And you have Teddy. And what are we doing here today?
I'm going to choose who's going to win on the fight. Me and Teddy.
Exactly. You and Teddy are both going to choose. Okay. So, yes, what we're going to do, we're going to go over the fights. We're going to do the prelims. We go all the way from the prelims to the main card to the title championship fight. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to pull up UFC.com here. I've got the prelims. We're going to start right there. Okay, who do we got here? The first fight in the prelims, a bantamweight bout, which is the 135-pound weight class, is Pedro Munoz, who's number 13, going against Kyler Phillips. Pedro is from Brazil. Kyler's from United States. Actually, I saw Kyler a few years back when he first came on the scene in the UFC. I think it was somewhere right before 2020. And he came out with it was really exciting to watch, really exciting personality. He's quite the character. And then he lost in 2020. And he was expected to win, I think. I think he was on the hype train or whatever, right? So they had him they're catapulting him because he was he has a presence. He's a guy you want to watch fight. But he lost in 2020. But ever since then, he's been fighting about once a year, and he's been winning. But I just haven't seen him so long, I almost forgot about him. He's got the cool braids, the long hair. He always wears really fat. He's really into fashion. He's a real cool guy. And then we have Pedro Munoz, who's just one of those guys who always puts up an amazing fight. No matter who he's fighting, it's a good, electrifying fight. But the thing is with Pedro, he's been losing these close fights. So it's a fight he must win to keep going up in the ranks. And same with Kyler, because whoever wins this fight is going to go to the next level. So who do you think's going to win this one here? It's Kyler? And another thing is here, I think before, Riley's going to go with Kyler, just based on the pictures and what she hears me talking about here. So she's going with USA Kyler. I'm also going to go with Kyler because I like to see him win, but Pedro could definitely win this as well. As you know what, just for the sake of a little bet between the two of us, she's going to take Kyler. I'm going to take Pedro. I think it's going to be a tough fight. I think it's going to be a good fight. And again, there's a lot on the line here. Whoever wins this is going to take it to the next level. So I'm going with Pedro. Riley's going with Kyler. Another thing is we have a friendly little bet here going. I guess what's going to happen is if she makes more predictions correct than I do,
I get $100.
How much money?
$100!
Whoa! That's a lot, actually.
And then you're going to buy me a reboard.
Okay. That's about $100, that's for sure. Then our next fight in the prelims is a lightweight bout. It's between Mateus Gamrot and Rafael dos Anjos. Okay. Rafael is the more experienced fighter for sure. He's been a lightweight champion. I'm not sure if he's been a welterweight champion, but he was high up in the ranks of welterweight. Gamrot is actually ranked higher at number 6. He's from Poland, and dos Anjos is ranked number 11 from Brazil. So this is a big fight for these guys too. Gamrot looks tough. I don't know much about him for some reason. Right there. I think what you were saying before, you like dos Anjos. So who do you think is going to win this one?
Miko Mountain.
Dos Anjos? So since she's going with DeSantis, I'm going to go with Cameron just to make it exciting. Like I said, we got a friendly little bet here going on. Not that Riley watches the fights, but I'll let her know how her predictions went.
Ever watch the fight?
Yeah, so if anyone out there is worried about, hey, you have your 7-year-old watching people fight, she's not.
I don't like it.
She's just picking them based on their names, pretty much, is what she's choosing them from, which is kind of fun because it's going to see, because we all know a fight, anything can happen. And it's kind of a 50-50. A lot of these fights are even, for the betting, they're ranked pretty close.
Oh,
let's get into the next fight. It's a women's fight. Yes?
Whenever you watch it, at the end, I would need to see who wins.
I'll let you know.
That's in case you lie.
Yeah, I'll show you. We have a women's flyweight bout. I think this is 125 pounds. They're both from the United States. It's Caitlin Sermonara against Macy Barber.
Macy Barber.
Riley just is picking Macy Barber just because, is it the name or is it just because of how she looks?
How she looks.
So as soon as you saw the two of them, you picked Macy Barber?
They both look tough though.
They are tough. Because I remember Caitlin, so it's Caitlin and Macy Barber. So Caitlin, yeah, she's tough too. And the thing about Caitlin also, because I've seen her fight, but I haven't seen her fight for a while. I was wondering, and I thought back, why haven't I seen her for a while? I saw her at a pre-fight interview. She was talking about how she was taking time off because they were trying to have a baby. So it's quite an emotional story. So it's quite the comeback. She said she had to go through in vitro and all that kind of stuff. And she said going through all that was more stressful and harder on the body and her mind than going through a fight. She says she's actually stopped doing that to come fight in the UFC as a break from trying to have a baby and in vitro and all that kind of stuff. Because I guess it's been quite the toll for her. She's had miscarriages and stuff. So it's been a real tough time for her. Having a UFC fight is a break. Okay, that's her backstory. And then Macy's story is she was like the hot new thing a few years back. Like she even had a countdown that I'm going to be the youngest champion ever, all that kind of stuff. Then she lost, and then people weren't sure what was going to happen, right? But she's been on a nice little comeback trail here. She's been doing really well. So this is a big fight for both these girls. Like I think they're ranked, because Caitlin's ranked number 4, and we got Macy's ranked number 6, okay? So whoever wins this fight, it could be like that close to a title fight. If Macy looks really good here, because she's such a crowd favorite, and she has such charisma and all that kind of stuff, showmanship and all that stuff, and she's a go-after-'em fighter, right? She's not going to sit back and... Because Macy's even claiming that Caitlin plays the point game, sits back and just jabs, kicks, jabs, and tries to win by points. Macy said, we're not playing that game. I'm going to come after her, and I'm going to take her out. So it's going to be exciting. So Riley picks Macy. I can't help it. I can't go against her here because I do want Macy to win, because this is actually one of the reasons why I want to talk about prelims as well, and one of the reasons I'm so excited about the prelims. For some reason, watching Macy Barber fight is always exciting. This girl will come after you no matter what. I think she like blew her knee or something in one of the fights or something crazy, and she was still going after this person like she wanted to kill him, because she wouldn't tell anyone their leg was like, she was done. She's like basically hopping around the ring, never giving up, and trying to win the fight right to the end. So we're both picking Macy Barber. Next fight, I know who you already picked here. We got Curtis Blades, who's got the wrestling background. This is a heavyweight belt. These are the big boys. Curtis Blades is ranked number 5. He's a heavyweight.
Blades.
And then we got Jailton Almeida. We'll call him Almeida. Everyone always calls him Almeida from Brazil. So it's Blades versus Almeida. It's a heavyweight bout. These guys are both in contention to be very close to going for the title. It's a very close fight on paper, I believe.
Blades. I choose Blades.
Yeah, so Riley's going to go with Blades, and I'll go with Almeida. Almeida just looks tough. He looks scary. He's really...
But I choose him because he looks like he could take someone down like this.
Yeah, that's what he's known for. Curtis Blades is a wrestling background, but he tends not to use it that much. But he is tough. So it's going to be a really tough call. I'm going to go with Almeida just because Riley's going with Blades. The only time I'm going to go against whatever Riley says is just because if I really want to vote for it, I really want that person to win as much as she does, then I'm also going to pick that. So now we're into the main card, the main events. We're at the we got a bantamweight bout at 135. We got number 4, Peter Yan of Russia, against number 7, Song Yedong of China. This is going to be an amazing
I
fight.
know who I'm going to choose.
Who do you like?
Mao.
You like Peter Yan of Russia. Okay, so you're going to go with Peter Yan. I'm going to go with Song Yedong, just because this guy's crazy.
Song Yedong.
Yeah, Song Yedong is amazing. And he fights for Alpha, I believe, Team Alpha Male. Yeah, Team Alpha Male. And he's a real great fighter. These guys are both amazing fighters. Peter Yan is going to fight to the death right to the very last second. He's never going to give up. He's always going to go forward. He's like a little gangster. People call him, I think, refer to him as that, right? So that's going to be an amazing fight. Riley's going to go with Peter Yan. I'm going to go with Song Yedong.
Song Yedong.
Let's hopefully...
Song Yedong.
Yeah, he's going to make it happen from China. It's another close fight. Then we got Gilbert Burns, number 4. This is a welterweight bout, so it's the 170-pound weight class. We got Gilbert Burns, number 4, and we got Australia's Jack Della Maddalena, number 11. And I think just by the name, we already know who.
Okay, I know.
Jack
Della Maddalena.
So Jack Maddalena, because you love Australia.
I love Australia, and I love the treat Madeline, and it kind of sounds like Madeline, so I can choose.
Okay.
Madeline.
Okay. So I'll go with Gilbert Burns just to be against what she sings. It's going to be a good fight too, because Gilbert Burns is one of those guys. He's got a jiu-jitsu background. He's like amazing jiu-jitsu. So if it goes to the ground, he's going to go for submissions for sure, right? But he's also got heavy hands. This guy can hit. And Jack Maddalena, let me take a look at him again. Yeah, he's one tough guy. I remember seeing him. I think he has, like, I saw his side profile, and it's pretty scary, okay? Because the guy's got the flat nose, because he's been punched. He's just tough. He looks tough. I don't know if I have a picture.
Who has a flat nose?
But I don't.
Who has a flat nose?
Jack.
Him?
Right, watch out for the camera, please. Yeah. You can't see, there's no profile pictures here. Oh, yeah, he fought Holland last. Okay, that's pretty interesting to see. And did he win? He beat Holland. So that's a pretty good fight. So this is going to be a good fight. It's a welterweight fight. Jack's a pretty tough guy. But I'm going to go with Gilbert. And Riley's going to go with Jack.
Jack.
And speaking of Kevin Holland, the welterweight bout, which is going to be exciting, which a lot of people are looking forward to, it's the debut of MVP, which is Michael Venom Page, okay? And we got him against Kevin Holland. Both these guys are long and rangy. They both like to talk in the ring.
I know.
Or sorry, the octagon.
I know.
So they were, because MVP was actually making a joke, because this is going to be his UFC debut. He was making a joke that this could be the first live podcast inside the octagon during a fight, right? Because he's going to talk back and forth so much, there's going to be like a live podcast. I don't know, it's funny.
I know who I'm going to choose.
So MVP is electrifying. This guy, Kevin Holland, is the same. They're both very exciting. I wonder if they're going to talk a lot. I hope they do, because that would be really fun. I know there's going to be a lot of gamemanship and playing around and laughing and stuff, but they're out to kill you. They're out to hurt each other, but they will make it. They try to have fun as well, right? So they're both tall and rangy. It's going to be quite the fight. A lot of people say when it's your debut in the UFC that it's always a tough fight. We'll see what if MVP can rise to the occasion. Who do you like here?
Kevin Holland.
Okay, I kind of want to go for Kevin Holland. I like Kevin Holland, but since Riley's going for Kevin Holland, I'm going to let her go for Kevin Holland. I'm going to go for the new UFC fighter, MVP, who used to be, I believe, a Bellator champion, and he's quite the electrifying fighter. This guy is tough. And yeah, and he's slick, and he's fun to watch. He's fun from the second he walks out from the curtain to the second he walks into the octagon, during the octagon, and to the second he walks off the octagon. He's exciting. So this is going to be a good fight.
I'm choosing Kevin Holland because I know someone named Kevin.
Okay, and I guess you must like Kevin?
No, I don't.
Okay, but you're going to choose Kevin Holland anyways?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going Kevin Holland. I'm going to go MVP for the win. Now we got a really crazy fight coming up here. At first, I didn't know that this lightweight belt was going to be that exciting. I was like, oh my God, it's not going to be that exciting. Who's this guy he's fighting, right? Because Dustin Poirier, we all know Dustin Poirier. He's the guy who beat Conor McGregor the last 2 times. Okay, he's a guy who's been in title contention. He's been in title fights. He's a tough guy. He'll fight from bell to bell. He comes out swinging from the beginning, and he goes out swinging at the end. He's the one who actually asked for a 5-round fight here because he says the true winner will always show up for round 4 and 5. He says anything can happen in the first 3 rounds, but the true, better, tougher fighter will win in a 4 to 5 round fight. Okay, so Dustin Poirier, he's ranked number 3. The guy he's fighting against, who I didn't know who he was much at first, I've heard his name, but I didn't know much about him. He's from France. He's ranked number 12. He's Benoit Saint Denis. Okay, so I did a little bit of research and looked into his history. This guy is a maniac. He's from France. He's from the France Special Forces, okay? So he's one badass. He is tough. Like, I wouldn't want to meet this guy in a back alley or anything, right? This guy is tough. And he's huge for 155. He was standing up beside Dustin Poirier. And I always thought Dustin Poirier was tall for the weight class, right? And a big guy. This guy would look like about 1 inch or 2 taller than him. And it's like, how do you make 155? Because you're not even small. You're not thin. You're like, he's muscular. He's tall. He's huge for 155. Okay, so this is going to be an amazing fight. And this guy's on a win streak too. So he's actually the favorite, believe it or not, even though he's ranked number 11. And Dustin Poirier, because he's the older, and he's like the more veteran guy, but he's a little bit older, right? So they're saying this is the up-and-comer who's going to take him out. This is going to be a great fight. Who do you like?
This one.
So Riley likes Dustin Poirier of the USA. Just because of that, just to be against what she's saying, I'm going to go with Benoit Saint Denis for the win. It's going to be a fight, but anything can happen. This is a fight where it goes either way. I would, if I had to put money down on either one, either way is a good bet. But I'm going to go Benoit Saint Denis of France. Why did you pick Dustin?
Because I know someone named Ben, and I do not like him.
Okay, so based on the name Benoit, she's not going to go with Ben. So she's going with Dustin Poirier. I'm going Benoit Saint Denis. The interesting thing is it's going to be a 5-round fight, even though it's not a title fight or a main event. It's the co-main event. At first, I didn't think it's going to be an awesome fight. I was like, oh, who's that guy? But as soon as I did the research, like I said, on Benoit Saint Denis, now I know this is going to be a hell of a... This is actually one of the fights, an MVP fight that people are looking forward to the most. Not to say the main event's not going to be insane, which I'm still excited as hell to see. So let's get into the main event. What the card revolves around. It's Suga Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Vera for the bantamweight championship fight. They both fought before. Marlon won a controversial win when he kicked...
I know who's gonna win.
Okay, well, 1 second. When he kicked Sean O'Malley in the lower leg, and I guess his foot went kind of numb.
And then did he go like this?
Yeah. But it hit him somewhere. There's some nerve in the lower leg that you can kick and hit. And once in a while you do see it happen. It's very rare. But then their foot goes numb. And then basically there's no support. And they can turn an ankle. And they can't even walk on it. So he turned his ankle like 3 times because he was walking around the ring. His foot was dead.
Did he go like this? 1, 2.
Yeah. And he actually fell to the mat. And then I think Marlon jumped on him and mounted him. And then they stopped the fight. And I think it was within the first round, like the last 30 seconds of the first round.
I know who's gonna win.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing first, Riley. One thing first. The Suga Sean O'Malley says this: the Sugar Commission ruled it a no contest. So in Suga Sean's mind, and by the Sugar Commission, Suga Sean O'Malley is undefeated still. Okay, he's still undefeated. He's the champion. He's the bantamweight champion for a reason, and he's undefeated in Suga Sean's mind. But they're going to set the record straight here. Marlon Vera is one of those guys that always has close fight. He'll fight right to the end. Like you got to kind of watch out for him right to the very last second. Like he was he had some couple really close fights where he might have been even losing, and then he knocked him out at the very end. You know what I mean? So he's one of those guys that's dangerous right to the last second.
I know who I'm gonna choose.
And Marlon Vera's from Ecuador. Sean O'Malley's from the United States. It's Sugar Sean O'Malley. And like Riley was saying earlier, okay, why are you choosing Sugar Sean?
Cotton candy hair.
That's why you're choosing him? Okay.
I didn't even say that I was choosing him. Cotton candy hair. It's gonna be Sweet Sugar Sean O'Malley.
So, Sweet Sugar Sean O'Malley.
No, Cotton Candy Sweet Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Okay, that's who's going to win?
Yeah, Cotton Candy Head.
So you got that. I'm going to take that as well, because every once in a while we got to vote to see.
Cotton Candy Head is my head.
Okay, so we're both going with Cotton Candy Head Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Cotton Candy.
For the win.
It's Cotton Candy Sweet Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, so Sugar Sean O'Malley for the win in the bantamweight title fight. I think it's going to be really close. I think it's going to come down to, I think Sugar Sean's going to dominate with using just distance and dancing around the ring and just frustrating Marlon. Marlon's going to come in for an attack. Marlon's never been, for one, he's never been tapped out or knocked out, I believe, okay? That's what they say. He's never been stopped. So if Sugar Sean O'Malley can stop Marlon Vera, it's going to be a huge, huge statement for how good the Sugar Show really is, right? And I think he can do it, because he wasn't supposed to. He was the underdog or not the favorite when he went against Aljamain Sterling for the belt, which was his last fight, and he knocked out Aljamain in the second round, within the first minute of the second round. So within 6 minutes he knocked Aljamain Sterling out. And that was supposed to be his biggest challenge, because Aljamain is a ground fighter. He takes you down and he wears you like a backpack. That's what he says, right? So, with that being said, we're both going for Sugar Sean O'Malley. That's our preview. That's our, what are we going to call it? Our predictions for UFC 299 in Miami, Florida, which are tonight. So we'll come back on here, or I'll come back on here, let you know how the predictions went, give you our feedback of the show. And until then.
And then I'm going to get my $100.
And Riley thinks she's going to win. And
I don't think I know.
All right, we'll see you next time.